Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve. What have we been doing? We've been making skulls. Trying to make skulls. This guy here, he's still just blocked out. Decided to take a little break from him. And a friend of mine gave me a piece of wood that is diamond willow. Look at that big old chunk. Okay, diamond willow is from a willow tree. And these were basically bark or knots. And you carve them out, and you can see it makes pretty cool designs. Now, if you can get a branch of this that's got, like, see how these are grouped? You get them that's heavily got diamonds in it, and it looks really cool. This one looks okay too, but yeah, it's alright. And when you peel the bark off, it leaves these little diamonds behind. See? So you get diamonds from the knot holes, or the knots. We got a couple more to carve out yet. There's only two. And it leaves these little diamonds when you take the bark off. It's pretty cool. So I was just messing around, messing around with this with a knife today. Staying in the AC because it's like 9 billion degrees outside. That's Michigan for you. One day you're burning wood and freezing to death. The next day it's 9 million degrees. We don't get like you know, it starts off at like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. No, we go from 30 to 100 million. Yep. That's how it works here. So yeah, that's just a stick a friend of mine gave me. And I was messing around with it today. Didn't film any of it. It's just digging basically in spots. The bark stays and it just gets thicker and thicker, and then you wind up with them nice diamond patterns in there. So this is a print of a skull that I printed out, so that I got it right in front of me while I'm trying to carve this skull out. Okay. So that's where this guy is right now. I do have some video that I'll throw in of this Tim Burton skull. Kind of what somebody told me. He said, that looks like what that skeleton guy from that Tim Burton movie, The Night Before Christmas. And yeah, I guess he kind of does. But yeah. So why are you making skulls, Rob? Well, a guy I know made a walking stick or a cane with skulls on it. His name is Rich over at Choose Your Own Path. And he made a walking stick, or a cane, not a walking stick, a cane for a fella, Tommy 64. And ever since I seen that, I'm like, well, I want a walking stick, a cane. Well, it's not your traditional cane, okay? It's more like a walking stick, but it's the height of a cane. When I say walking stick, usually I'm referring to something that's about 5.5 feet tall. But this is a cane. So you guys see me do this before. I turned out a blank on my router table, and then this will all be carved. And I carved this skull I was going to put on the top of it, but it doesn't quite fit your hand right. It's a little bit too big. Okay, so I went online and I looked at some skulls. These are actual representations of a realistic skull. and this skull is smaller, so it fits your hand better. And we'll mortise and tenon, not tenon this in here. So this part here where the jaw is, that will all be hollowed out like a normal jaw, and this part here will fit inside of this part. And then we may make this piece here the first couple pieces down before we get into carving more skulls into this stick. Make it look maybe like neck bones. Say we'll U-shape the back of this right here so this sits up in there. And then your spinal column actually comes, it doesn't come out from behind your, it comes out right back here. Okay? Back in here is where your spinal column, and the spinal column actually comes out. It's right in here. Okay? So we'll mortise and tendon that and up into that jaw there so that it sits all the way down where we want it. And then we may make the first couple inches of this look like neck bones. And then from there we can put a ring. You know how I like putting rings on here. Put a ring on here and then continue on down with skulls. I'm thinking maybe ghost skulls twisting around it or something like that there. I don't know. We'll see. You know how it goes with me. The projects, they always seem to change on me as I'm going. Who knows? We may not even put any more skulls on here. We might not even put this skull on there. I don't know. But we're going to carve this skull here. Skull. So, guess we'll get after that. We got to get rid of, I've been dinking around with a knife on this thing here. Almost made sunglasses on them because the way it was coming out, this looked like sunglasses right here. And if I hadn't cut that nose in so deep already, I could have just carved above it and below it. Well, I guess I could still do that. This line here, we could just leave that line in and put you know, the cross piece for the sunglasses in. I don't know. I think we're just going to end up carving it. We'll just end up carving it into, we'll put the dead eye sockets in there or whatever, right? I'm just fiddling around with my knife here. Why, Rob? You got all those fancy tools, Rob. Why are you messing around with the knife? I don't know. See, this is going to be where his eyebrow ridge is, right here. So we got all that to cut in. We got to get this wood down below our nose cartilage here. So I guess I should get the dremel set up, and we can come in and go gung-ho with that. We come in with that dremel and get all this flattened down, because like I said, I cut this out of my bandsaw. Okay, I took you can see there's a bit of the pattern here yet. Put it on sideways and I just buzzed it out with the bandsaw real quick. And then that leaves, you can see here, the bandsaw, I just cut around it like that. Right around there. Glued it to the side. Well, I glued the pattern to the side and then I took the bandsaw and cut it all out. Oh man, I just can't think today. It's too hot. I've been hanging in the air conditioning, carving that walking cane thing. I mean, I don't think it could be used for somebody if they needed a real cane. I don't think it could be used for that, but to help you balance yourself or whatever. It could probably be used for that, or just hey, look, I got a cane with a skull on it. You know, I don't know. I do have a free hand on it. The guy said, the guy that wants a cane from me, so I don't care. Just don't care what you put on. Just make it the way you want to make it. I'm like, okay, you asked for it, buddy. Yep. So, get this stuff all trimmed down here. Yeah, I was going through my wood pile and I come across two 2x6s glued together. Some stuff somebody gave me. And I'm like, well, normally 2x6s is pine, right? This is not pine though. I got a feeling this is either poplar or lime wood, or maybe tulip wood. It's cut. It really is cutting nice. It's the difference between poplar wood and basswood is poplar is harder and it's a little more stiff. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. It's a little bit harder and a little more stiff, stringy, stiff, I guess you could say. So it's rougher on your knife, I can tell you that much, than basswood is, or cottonwood bark. Cottonwood bark is a joy. Cedar, not so much. Cedar don't like to be cut with a knife too easily. But you can see how this is just coming right off there. Oh yeah, keep your finger there, man, so you can go. Okay. If I had this to do over again, I probably would have left more. Well, you really can't, because you gotta get that. Well, you could. You could cut your jaw and stuff in and leave it longer piece. Even if you, when you cut this out on the bandsaw, you just came down and left a little handle there to hang on to, because it's round, you know, it's hard to hang on to. That kind of stuff. I keep removing this knife along and yapping. We're going to be right down to where we want to be. But okay, well, anyway, hey, we got a new cutter to try out, guys. A new burr. You want to see it? Check this guy out. Boing, spiky ball. It's a ball, coarse ball saber tooth, and I think that'd be perfect for just, you know, plowing in there and cutting them eyes in. I'm gonna try it on. See, I got another worm here that I didn't do nothing with. This could be a test piece. I guess we could just take it and drive it right in there and see how bad it binds up. Look at this. That's how pointy that thing is. Yeah, it's sticking in my thumb just as well too. It's like one of them medieval spiky ball things, maces the knights used to hit each other with. Yeah, believe me, guys, it stuck in the it's stuck in the table. Yeah, okay, Rob, you're having way too much fun. Yes, I am. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it, right, Jordy? That's our mantra. We do it, we will do this stuff, we will carve until it's not fun. Then once it becomes not fun, I'm done. I'll call it the end of the day and shut down the Just Carve Rob channel and move on to something else. But I've been doing this since last November, guys. Right before Thanksgiving, I started this Just Carve Rob channel. And you guys have been great. You really have. The community's great and all that good stuff. Jordy's been great. I've made some really good friends through the YouTube, through Just Carve Rob, and we will not be producing videos every day like we were, because it's summertime and there's other things to do like fishing and mushroom hunting and get back into the fabrication shop. I don't know if you guys would be interested in any of that stuff. We got some metal chickens to make. More metal chickens. Baby metal chickens. We got Just Carve Rob vehicle projects to do. We gotta clean all of the wood chips out of the Just Carve Rob shop truck. Starting to look like a woodworking shop in there. I got enough wood chips in that thing to build a beaver cabin. Sure, I pull out the foot pedal and then I push it back in. I know. You're not carving, Rob, you're just running your mouth, and we're getting bored. I know I'm getting bored. Anyway, okay, so let me get the loud stuff hooked up here and we will work on this skull head, alright? Alright, hang on, we'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, we got our spiky ball in there, our saber-tooth coarse ball. We're going to try it on this worm. Look at that, wham, right in there. I am sorry about the lighting, guys. It looked good on the camera, and now that I'm playing it back, it's, yeah, good ball. It's way bright, so I got to apologize for that. I guess I'll have to do a short clip and then review it and then check my lighting situation. It looks good on the camera, but as soon as I put it in my editing program, it comes up super bright. So you see what we did there? We're just plunging that ball in there, cut them eyes in, or lack of eyes, I should say. Boo, boo. That's what he's looking like. Okay, yep, we sped it up a little bit. And you can see, comparing it with the printout that I have. And we gotta oval those eyes out and bring those grooves right out to the side, right out the sides of the skull, because we still got a lot of material to remove here. Man, that's terrible lighting. Gonna have to fire the lighting director and get a new lighting director in here. Yep. So we're moving right along with this this new skull. I think it looks a lot closer to a real skull than my first one. Boy, that first one was terrible. This is only my second skull I've ever carved, so I hope it comes out better than the first one. Alright, guys, we're going to call this the end of the video, and we will catch you later. Remember, share, subscribe, and like, and just carve.